जय कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव जय कुंज विहारी। गाइए सब लोग। जय राधा माधव जय कुंज विहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी। यशोधनंदन भज जन रंजन। यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव जय कुंज विहारी। जय राधा माधव जय कुंज विहारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे। जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा सुभद्रमयी जय सुदर्शना। जय गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद। जय जय गुरुदेव 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 गुरुदेव। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि वो। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरशत श्रीमान डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रील हरदास ठाकुर की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। श्रीमद्-भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्णिकीं। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्घ्रये। Hare Krishna. Welcome all to this morning Bhagavatam session at ISKCON Attapur. Presently we are discussing from Canto 2, which is the cosmic manifestation being described by Narada asked questions and the Brahmaji is giving the details. And chapter 6, which is Purusha Sukta confirmed, this is the title given to this chapter. And text 23, which is the essence of his Brahma is telling. So we will discuss this later in detail. So let us recite the sloka for today. 2:6:23. Yadasya nabhyanna linad ahamasam mahatmanaha navidam yajna sambharan purushavayavanrute yadhasya nabhyannalinad ahamasam mahatmanaha navidam yajna sambharan purushavayavanrute yadasya nabhyanilanad ahamasam mahatmanaha navidam yajna sambharan Purushavayavānrute. You can repeat. Good. Yadasanapyanalina ahamasam mahatmanaha navidam yajna sambaran Purushavayavānrute. Yadasya nabhyannalinad ahamasam mahatmanaha navidam yajna sambaran Purushavayavānrute. Yadasya nabhyannalinad ahamasam mahatmanaha na sambaran Nrute. Purushavayānrute. Yadasya nabhyannalinada ahamasam mahatmanaha navidam yajna sambaran Purushavayavānrute. Vandana. Mukmanitam. Navidam yajna sambaran Purushayavanrute. Yadasya nabhyannalinad ahamasam mahatmanaha navidam yajna sambaran Purushavayavānrute. Ready? Mataji. So, let us read the word-to-word translation. Yadha, at the time of Asya, his Nabhyat, from the abdomen, Nalinat, from the lotus flower, Aham, myself, Asam, took my birth, Mahatmanaha, of the great person, Navidham, did not know, Yajna, sacrificial, Sambharan, ingredients, Purusha, of the Lord, Avayavan, personal body, personal bodily limbs, Rite, except. Translation. When I was born from the abdominal lotus flower of the Lord, that is Mahavishnu, the great person is the great person. I had no ingredients for sacrificial performances except the bodily limbs of the great personality of Godhead. Can anybody read? Then purport.
Lord Brahma, the creator of the cosmic manifestation, is known as Swayambhu, or one who is born without father and mother. The general process is that a living creature is born out of the sex combination of the male father and the female mother. But Brahma, the firstborn living being, is born out of the abdominal lotus flower of the Mahavishnu plenary expansion of Lord Krishna. The abdominal lotus flower is part of the Lord's bodily limbs, and Brahma is born out of the lotus flower. Therefore, Lord Brahma is also a part of the Lord's body. Brahma, after his appearance in the gigantic hollow of the universe, saw darkness and nothing else. He felt perplexity, and from his heart he was inspired by the Lord to undergo austerity, thereby acquiring the ingredients for sacrificial performances. But there was nothing besides the two of them, namely the personality of Mahavishnu and Brahma himself. Born of the bodily part of the Lord, for sacrificial performances, many ingredients were in need, especially animals. The animal sacrifice is never meant for killing the animal but for achieving the successful result of the sacrifice. The animal offered in the sacrificial fire is, so to speak, destroyed, but the next moment it is given a new life by dint of the Vedic hymns chanted by the expert priest. When such an expert priest is not available, the animal sacrifice in the fire of the sacrificial altar is forbidden. Thus Brahma created even the sacrificial ingredients out of the bodily limbs of the Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, which means that the cosmic order was created by Brahma himself. Also, nothing is created out of nothing, but everything is created from the person of the Lord. The Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verse number 8, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. Everything is made from my bodily limbs, and I am therefore the original source of all creations. The impersonalists argue that there is no use in worshipping the Lord when everything is nothing but the Lord himself. The personalist, however, worships the Lord out of a great sense of gratitude, utilizing the ingredients born of the bodily limbs of the Lord. The fruits and flowers are available from the body of the earth, and yet Mother Earth is worshipped by the sensible devotee with ingredients born from the earth. Similarly, Mother Ganges is worshipped by the water of the Ganges, yet the worshipper enjoys the result of such worship. Worship of the Lord is also performed by the ingredients born from the bodily limbs of the Lord, and yet the worshipper, who is himself a part of the Lord, achieves the result of devotional service to the Lord, while the impersonalist wrongly concludes that he is the Lord himself. The personalist, out of a great gratitude, worships the Lord in the devotional service. Knowing perfectly well that nothing is different from the Lord, the devotee therefore endeavors to apply everything in the service of the Lord, because he knows that everything is the property of the Lord and that no one can claim anything as one's own. This perfect conception of oneness helps the worshipper in being engaged in his loving service, whereas the impersonalist, being falsely puffed up, remains a non-devotee forever without being recognized by the Lord.
ओम ज्ञातिभिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुन्लितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसक्तं चेतं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सा गणललिता श्री विचाकान्तां सा। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण कृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome all to this Bhagavatam session. I seek blessings of all devotees who are all assembled here, and Guru and Prabhupada, so that I can able to speak something which already spoken by all the Vaishnavas. So just I try to repeat, and so please bless me so that I can speak as they spoke earlier. So this discussion is happening between Brahma and Narada. So Naradaji asked some questions to Brahmaji. So Brahmaji is replying to Narada. So there are about 6 questions. were asked by Narada. So the present section is describing by Brahma the creation, about the whole creation, and he is describing the Virat Rupa, how this everything. So out of 6 questions, the last question, 6th question, what is it composed of? So of course, let us repeat the questions. What are the characteristics of the universe? What is its shelter? How is it created? How is it conserved? In what it merges at destruction? What it depends on? What it is composed of? Basically, what are the ingredients? So that is the question Narada asked. So today, Brahmaji is answering the 6th question. So I will not go into details of in this slide. So Brahmaji is answering to Narada. Today's translation goes like this. Brahma is replying. When I was born from the abdominal lotus flower of the Lord, Mahavishnu, the great person, I had no ingredients for sacrificial performances except the bodily limbs of the great personality of Godhead. So here Brahmaji is telling, so I don't have any ingredients. So whenever we want to worship the Supreme Lord, we need to have some ingredients like flowers. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna asked, at least we need to have 4 things. But what is he said? Patram, Pushpam, Phalam, Toyam. So, but those things we have to offer it with love uh, and bhakti, right? Yeah. So we have to offer with that. So those things. But Brahmaji now he is the first person who born out of Mahavishnu. So Garbhodaka, from Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So so Brahma is there on the lotus flower. So the lotus flower has that 1,000 petals, right? 10,000 petals. Don't remember. So the lotus on the lotus flower he is sitting and he is telling to Narada. So where I was born from the abdominal lotus flower of the Lord Mahavishnu, the great person, I had no ingredients. So what he is telling. So let us recap. Let's not go into more details anyway. The last 22nd verse yesterday given by Anantachinti Prabhu wonderfully is explained. So what was that? From that personality of Godhead, all the universal globes and the universal form with all material elements, qualities and senses are generated. Yet he is aloof from such material manifestations like the sun, which is separate from its rays and heat. So Prabhu was explaining wonderfully the attachment, etc. So we will touch upon a little bit when you are getting into the discussion. And today's discussion is that Brahmaji said when he was born, he doesn't have any ingredients to worship the Supreme Lord, like flowers and whatever things. So same thing Prabhupada is mentioning in the next sloka. So we will not go detail. But for performing sacrificial ceremonies, one requires sacrificial ingredients such as flowers, leaves and straw, along with the sacrificial altar. We have a nice altar for the Lord. At a suitable time, suitable time, spring, like in a springtime, you get a lot of flowers, etc. So Prabhupada is explaining. So basically, presently, Lord is, Brahma is not having any ingredients, but he is also describing he born out of this in the lotus flower. He was remained there. So let us discuss different types of births. So Kunti giving birth via Vidhi, like mantra, like she got a boon, from Dorvas Mahamuni. Dorva, because she served Dorvas Muni with a lot of affection and love. So Dorvas Muni has given a boon to her. So she can get a child from any devatas, she can invoke those mantras. So she was a child at that time, she not even married, right? So I don't know what is the age, maybe 16 years, 12 years, 13 years. So she wanted to test that mantra, how it was. Every, young people, they're very curious, how it works. Even when mobile phones, anything comes, children try to, use it. So she wanted to test that mantra. So she, invoked, then because she was seeing the Surya Deva under, she chanted the mantra. Then Surya Deva came and, he gave her, who that? Karna, So anyway, let us not go more detail. So different type of births, like Kauravas being, when Kaurava, that Pindam came out, that Vyasamuni put it in different pots, he's divided into 100 pieces and put into different, this one, born out of womb. Like, today people call test tube babies, the uh, children born, test tube babies, something. There's a different process. This process is available even in our Vedic times, 5,000 years back, not that today scientists invented totally did something new thing. So similarly, Draupadi and Drishtadyumna coming out of Yajna, So because Drupad has performed, he wanted to have a daughter who can marry Arjuna, because Arjuna is very wonderful, mm, uh, archery expert. Then he wanted to have a son who can kill the Dronacharya, because Dronacharya is like, though they were friends earlier, but they become enemies, like, so because of, the story, so let's not go there. Then Prabhupada is writing is, sorry, I think printing mistake, Brahma is mentioning as Swayambhu. And in the Shastra, there are the four types of, four processes of taking birth. One is Udvija, sprouted from earth. Sri Radha Madhav ki jai, Sri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maya ki jai, Gaur Nitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So, here there are four types of births being described in our Shastra. Udbija, the sprouted from earth, like grass, vegetables. We have all these things, vegetables, how they grow, Then Svedaja, like coming out of, like some of them, Telugu antar Pelu avene konni. Avi they born from the sweat. Then Andaja, the birth takes place from the eggs, like birds give the eggs, fish, they give the eggs. From eggs, the another generation comes out. Then Jarayuja, so like other animals and human beings, they born like, male, female, joining together. So there's a born. And also there is Manasa Putras, they mentioned, through mind, according to the Vishnu Purana, there are 9 Manasa Putras of Brahma. They are all Brigu Maharshi, Pulastya, Pulaha, Kratu, Angirasa, Marichi, Daksha, Atri, and Vasishta. So they all born from the mind, Manasa Putras. There are, So this is the ways of birth, types of birth, how the process is different process. Any other thing, any word heard, or any maybe examples out of these who were all born from any of this one, any other names, maybe anybody remembers? The opportunity to add the additional things. Anybody have any information? Okay. So this lotus stem, which is very large, very difficult for us to measure also, in this, the lotus stem consisting of all these 14 lokas, So Brahma is sitting on the lotus flower, born out of Vishnu's Nabi, that lotus stem is there long, in which all the 14 planetary systems are existing. This is one universe, talking like this from Mahavishnu. There are so many other universes, but this is talking about one universe. So within the one universe, you have upwards, like Bhurloka, where we are here. Then above us is the Bhuvarloka, Rakshasas and ghosts are living. Then Swargaloka, Indra, that is also Indraloka, or heavenly planets. Realm of 33 million demigods and demons also reside there. Maharloka. Then after that, and the above that is Janaloka, that is 7 sages are living in the Janaloka. Then Tapoloka, then Satyaloka, where Lord Brahma is abode. And below that is, we know that Atala, Vitala, Sotala, Talatala, Mahatala, Rasatala, Patala. These are the 7 lokas which are below the earth. So this is how these things. So here Brahma is telling, like, type of births we discussed. For sacrifice, he says, I don't have any ingredients. So probably he may be telling, I don't have money to buy also. I don't know whether money is started later. So because if you want to have flowers, either he has to create. Of course, Brahma is on the forward is going to create, because already Lord Krishna has given him the blueprint for a creation, because because Brahma is doing the secondary creation. He is not doing first creation. So all the information is given by Vishnu, Krishna, coming from Krishna. He has given a blueprint how to create all the things. But still, yet to create all these things. But the time of birth of Brahma, because all the responsibility given to Brahma to get created, the information is given anyway. So probably Brahma has to still read the documents, so he has not gone through, because he's telling to that. Of course, he has already done, but he is telling what happened when he born. He was telling to Narada. So I didn't have, I have only lots bodily parts. Bodily parts are available. Probably if present day people, they can sell the body parts. Today world, people are selling body parts, kidney selling. Some people sell kidneys. So many body parts people are doing. A lot of very very bad practices. Actually, I think that is not officially supposed to be done. I think, I'm not sure, but so many hospitals we can see, so many lot of fraud. So many mafia gangs. We have seen recently some hospital. They said they cheat patients. They will take away. Some people when go for surgery, after some time, when go to some other doctor, when he scans, he will come to know one kidney is not there. So or one liver is not there. So like that, there are so many cases happened actually. So of course we ourselves are body parts of Lord, but we forgot. Now Brahmaji is describing we're all body parts of Krishna, Lord, the Virat Roop. Everyone belongs to that Virat Roop, but we forgot. We think we are independent. We think we behave independently, but we cannot act independently, because again we are all bound by all these nature. All bound by, of course, we are bound by 3 gunas, and also all the what is called kleshas, different kleshas, adhyatmika, adi bhautika, adi daivika kleshas. We are bound with that, so we are not free. Of course, we have a little freedom. So that little freedom we have to use it to synchronize with the nature, not that we will do it ourselves. So here, yesterday's sloka, Prabhu was mentioning, even though Lord created this whole universe, like this, you all know how this creation happened. Like initial Karanodaka Sai Vishnu, who is laying in the Karana Oshana. From him comes the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. From Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu comes after creation of universe, again different universes, different Garbhodaka Sai Vishnus will be there, different universes. If you take one universe like our universe, where Chaturmukhi Brahma is there. So in this, from that universe, within this universe, in every atom and every living being, again Lord enters as a Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu. So Kan Kan Me Bhagavan. So this is there, but in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is said that, whoever knows about these three Lord's avatars, is eligible to get the liberation. So this is how all these things happen. So from different Vishnus, Mahavishnu, then Garbhodakasaya Vishnu, then from there comes to the Kshirodakasaya Vishnu, and we are all there living beings, we are all part of that Virat Rupa, we are not independent. So yesterday's sloka says, even though Lord created all these things, he is aloof from that. He is not attached to anything, because ultimately he destroys. He doesn't feel it is my property, I have to keep my land, so I have to make a big wall, like a China wall, so otherwise someone else will occupy. So people do all those things here. But Lord doesn't bother all those things because everything belongs to him, So nobody can steal from him. So, but still he doesn't have any attachment. So, but we all have a lot of attachments for anything. So, yesterday Prabhu was mentioning, we are not only have attachments for the material things, we have attachments for the opinions also. Wonderful point Prabhu has mentioned. I was, it really stuck to me yesterday. I was thinking, opinion also. Sometimes we make we bring some opinion. We sit on that. We argue a lot of time, on the opinion. So we don't listen others, even though others saying something, we don't come out of our opinion, we don't try to understand their opinion, what they are trying to say, which is maybe it's really wonderful thing they must be giving. But because we have such attachment, whatever I say is right. So we argue, whole 1 hour or 2 hours, people argue for that. Ultimately, they don't, reach any page. Like we can see in the today world, people argue, suppose some point, like, non-vegetarian or vegetarian, someone argues. He is not interested to change, he simply argue for the sake of argument. He will argue. Suppose you prove that, vegetarian is the only, we're supposed to eat non-vegetarian. If you even prove, he will not change. Because he wants to only put his point, just to time pass, whatever it is. They're not serious, because why? They are attached to their opinion. That's it. They will discuss on that point very long. But even if you give them, yes, this is the right thing, they don't. Even similarly, people who drink, who smoke, even you tell so many things, it is not good for health, so many things. No, people who don't smoke, who don't drink also, they are also getting cancer. No, why I have to stop? They will give this type of reasons, So anyway, so that is how the people got the attached to that those opinions. So they will discuss like those points, stick to that. So Prabhu also mentioned, like, yesterday, some, talking about, people who are all in the common areas. He was talking about it. Toilet, people are, only one toilet, like, because he used to it, because attached to that, even that one toilet or something, they will stand, wait for that to get even though something else is free, they will not go. So in this regard, what happened is, once, one devotee went to Prabhupada. He said to Prabhupada, during Mayapur construction time, there are different these things, they are constructed. Shankha Bhavan and so many things were constructed that time. Chakra Bhavan and all. One Prabhu was understand. He was telling to Prabhupada, in Shankha Bhavan, they have attached toilets. In this, our Bhavan don't have attached toilets. Then Prabhupada said, don't get attached to attached toilets. Just attach to Krishna only. So like that, we should not get attached. So we have to learn from this subject here that, even though Lord created so much thing, is not attached to that. So since we are part and parcel of Krishna, we also have to develop that characteristics of not to get attached. So that is why we are studying all these scriptures, especially this Bhagavatam. Once we come to know, what is this, happening, we understand. When you understand the truth, then only we can, act as needed. Since we are part and parcel of this whole system, like we have a machine, like you can see here one machine, I don't know, clock or something. So you can see inside the clock, we have so many, all these, what we call, mm, wheels sort of thing, they all gears. So they will attach, one each other. They will synchronize accordingly. You can see the right time, the seconds. One goes fast, tick, 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 keep on going. Then behind that coming the, hourly thing slowly, slowly. Minutes one coming slowly. After that, hour one coming very slowly, So it will show the correct time. If they all synchronize, go properly. No, if the hourly one wants to say, no, I want to go faster than you. It doesn't work, Similarly, here also we are all, born out of our karma or this one, and we have given little free will. So we also have to attach to the system. So Shastra is given the rules and regulations. Shastra is guiding us depending upon our varnashrama, what we have to do, what not to do, So accordingly, we have to stay in that ashrama, We have to follow those dharma. If you do that one, we will be part of that whole system. The system will work, Otherwise, if we are deviating that one, the system collapses. So that is why God has to come and every yuga and has to, he has to do things, So we are giving him opportunity, What is that? Yuge, what is that sloka? So he has to come, Lord has to come, Paritranaya Sadhana, to protect that, bhaktas and to destroy these asuras. So he comes himself. So because we are not acting as we have to act. So ultimately, even beyond this one is hopeless. When everything is hopeless, especially Kali Yuga, end of Kali Yuga, nobody listens. Even people won't listen their own parents, So when we given up, nothing works. So ultimately, what to happen? So Lord has to come, has destroy everything, So that is how these yoga cycles are happening, because the day by day we get degraded, So that is why this whole thing collapses. So, and because we are not stick to the this thing. So let us see what are all there. In this point 1, Prabhupada is writing in this purport, the below one. The general process is that a living creature is born out of the sex combination of the male father and the female mother. But Brahma, the firstborn living being, is born out of the abdomen lotus flower of the Mahavishnu, then the expansion of Lord Vishnu. In this regard, there is sloka coming from Bhagavad Gita 14.4. Sarva yonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavantiha. Tasmad Brahma mahat yonir aham bija pradapita. So it should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed-giving father. Here is Krishna is telling, I am the seed-giving father. Again, like many people, ask questions, whether which thing has come first, is the tree come first or seed come first, they will ask, how come when you say seed means how the seed comes, from where seed comes, No, it needs a tree, something like that. So, but here Krishna is clearly telling, he has given the seed before tree, he has given the seeds. Okay, these are the seeds. Okay, go on, sow there, so it will come. So he is the seed-giving father, Krishna. We already discussed different types of births, out of which here for everything he is giving the seed. Even though some people married male, female, so they don't get children. That means Lord has not given the seed for them, to have the children because of their karma. So another point is Prabhupada mentioning is Brahma created even the sacrificial ingredients out of the bodily limbs of the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, which means that the cosmic order was created by Brahma himself. Also, nothing is created out of nothing, but everything is created from the person of the Lord. Here Prabhupada is mentioning, like our scientist says, there is a big bang theory, etc. They say things have come from nothing, actually, because they don't understand what is the behind the creation, who is there? They don't understand, because they always try to see what they see only they believe, But before that, the Lord is clearly telling it. So here, so what Prabhupada is insisting that whatever we do, we have to do it for Lord only, because we are getting from Lord, so we have to do it for Lord. So for this only in the Bhagavad Gita 9.27 sloka says, Yat karoshi yajnasasi yajnahoshi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat karushva madarpanam. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. So here Brahmaji didn't have beginning yet to give him, but here now we have everything, and also we know everything belongs to Krishna. So that is why we have to give everything back to him, because it has come from him only. No, Prabhupada mentions here, like when you go to Ganga river, we take water from Ganga and again we offer to Ganga only. From where we get water? Ganga only has to give water. We cannot create water. Scientists says, water is combination of oxygen and hydrogen. H2O. Two parts of hydrogen and one part of oxygen. You mix them, you get water. Then Prabhupada questions, from where you got oxygen and hydrogen? Okay, you create. From where you get oxygen and hydrogen? They have to take from environment only. Who has given them? So it is easy for them to say, like, but everything has to come from Lord only. So he is the source. Everything emanates from him. What is that? Another sloka? Everything emanates from me. All these both the spiritual world and the material world. Any sloka? Anybody remembering? I think he's here. Yeah. Yes. I think Prabhupada point 3 is mentioning everything is made from my bodily limbs, and I am therefore the original source of all creations. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattah sarvam pravartate. Iti matva bhajante ma buddha bhava samanvitaha. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. So here it is clearly mentioning that, because everything is coming from him, so we have to give back to him. So, but here people are, try to keep it with them, or they waste like things. There are, Prabhupada mentions always, there are 3 types of people. When they find anything, outside, some people, they steal, they take away, use it for him. Some another type of people are there. No, this is not belong to me. I will not touch. So Mayavadis, they will not touch. No, neti, no, don't. So another devotees are there. If they say, no, okay, use it for Krishna service. Okay, I don't want to use for me, but I don't waste it. I don't want to see that is laying like that. So I utilize for Krishna. So like that, So like that, in this connection, there was a later said some Prabhu was mentioning. Once, one temple, like that, temple hall cleaning person, some Ram Singh, cleaning. So once he was talking with Lord, Lord, what you do, always you stand like that. Why don't you go for one holidays one day? No, who will take care? No, I will stand here. What is there just to stand only? Okay. Come tomorrow morning after Mangalarti. Darshanarti time, you come, so you can stand, I will go. So Lord says, okay, come. So they exchange the dresses. So Ram Singh ko khada rakhte hain. So Bhagwan, so chalo, Ram Singh bolte hain, just stand, so don't talk anything, don't open your mouth, anything happening in front, don't talk, just stand there, just like a rock, like I'm standing, so don't do anything. So of course he's doing something behind, but who can't see. So he says, okay, it's not a difficult thing. So he stands. Then what happens? One rich person comes, takes out the money purse, so takes out some 500 notes, 2, 3, 4, so put it in the hundi, and he takes, while going, he drops. If it drops there, he goes. Then after that, one poor person comes, then he will search all his pockets. कुछ है कहीं ना कहीं एक कॉइन मिलेगा, 1 रुपया कॉइन, वो सिक्का, उसमें he'll put it in that. तो भगवान मैं बहुत गरीब हूँ, मुझे कुछ करो, ऐसा कर. तो जाते थोड़ा आगे जाएगा, फर्स्ट हाँ भगवान अभी प्रार्थना किया, मेरे लिए इतना पैसा दे दिया भगवान, वो पकड़ के चले जाते. फिर राम सिंह को अरे ये नहीं कैसा बोलने का सोचा था, फिर बाद में तो कि नहीं भगवान ने बोला कि डोंट टॉक, सो ठीक है चुप. थोड़ा देर के बाद एक नाव चलाता है, मछुआरा कुछ बोलते हैं हिंदी में, एग्जैक्टली क्या है इधर, वो आता है. तो वो आता है तो नमस्कार करेगा, फिर जाने का टाइम आता है, जो पहले रिच पर्सन है वो पुलिस को पकड़ के लेके आता है. नहीं मेरा पर्स चुराया है इसने करके उसको पकड़ के पुलिस पकड़ के ले जाता है. नहीं वो अंदर से राम सिंह नहीं इसने नहीं किया करके वो बोल देते. फिर उसको बोल नहीं उसने गरीब आदमी ने किया, तो वो पुलिस ने उसको छोड़ देते, फिर गरीब को पकड़ के ले जाते, फिर जेल में डालते, इसको छोड़ते. फिर बाद में शाम को वापस आते, फिर भगवान वापस आते, चलो राम सिंह जी कैसा रहा था, हाँ बहुत अच्छा, क्या भगवान आप भी करते हैं, कैसा ऐसा चीज है ना, जैसा चीज मैं नहीं देख पाता हूँ, ऐसा करके क्या किया था, ऐसा किया. अरे राम सिंह क्या बताओ, मैंने अच्छा प्लानिंग करके अरेंजमेंट करते तो तूने ऐसा कर दिया, क्या हुआ था. आज समुद्र में तूफान आने वाला है, इसके लिए मछुआरे को मैं जेल में रखना चाहता हूँ 1 दिन के लिए, तो ताकि वो बचेगा, लेकिन तुमने छुड़वाया, वो अभी रात को वहां गया वो मर जाएगा. तो मैं जो भी करता हूँ वो सही करता हूँ, लेकिन तुम सोचते हैं ऐसा ही सोचते हैं, तो ऐसा so that way only God does everything, what is necessary for us, but sometimes we don't understand. जैसा राम सिंह बन जाते हम भी, तो हम सोचते हैं कि ऐसा कैसा हो गया, तो वी गो आउट ऑफ सिंक्रोनाइजेशन, क्योंकि हमको ऐसा चीज दिया था, तो बिकॉज गॉड हैज गिवन अस दैट लिटिल फ्री विल, that little free will we use, we will come out of the synchronization. So that is this whole world is working this way. Otherwise, if you are within that synchronization mode, so things will wonderful. Even sometimes we only criticize, but we only go out of synchronization. कभी कोई बोलने में easy होता है, but follow करने में बहुत मुश्किल है. Especially this varnashram dharma. But that is why Prabhupada mentioned even varnashram dharma. You can come out of that varnashram dharma and you can do bhakti yoga. So that is why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam vaja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami masucha. That is why even if you give up our dharma of doing, whatever varnashrama, so I will take care. If you worship me, I will take care. So that is why in the Kurukshetra Yuddha, when the Pandavas are trying to follow dharma 100%, they want to, like 100% perfection, like no tolerance, zero tolerance, But Krishna said, no, don't worry about this tolerance. So they are dushta log hai. So we have to kill them, So that is why he has finally he taught to what he said to Yudhishthir. तो युधिष्ठिर को साथ झूठ बोलने के लिए, you have to tell him, so you have to protect the dharma, you have to remove the adharma. So there, so but simply if you follow dharma and adharma is growing, that is not the right thing. That is why Krishna is not teaching there, you can lie, to protect dharma, you can be adharma, but not the other way. The Karna was, is in the center of supporting adharma, and he wants to try to be dharma by himself, So he try to follow dharma, but the main thing is supporting is adharma, So that way, Lord has given for everyone, he has given Shastra, and even if you follow too much Shastra also, if you are not understanding, so that is why time to time he comes and to protect his devotees. He comes and teaches those things, but for us to understand, very difficult. That is why these shastras are there, and gurus are there, and senior Vaishnavas are there. They will tell us time to time which is right, which is wrong, because for us understand by ourselves, it is very difficult. Even though we read shastra, understanding that very, subtle things is very difficult for us. So, that is why all this creation coming from Lord in Bhagavatam, it is telling, therefore, with one pointed attention, one should constantly hear about, glorify, remember, and worship the personality of Godhead, who is the protector of the devotees. Here, point number 4, to help support this one point, Prabhupada writing, the devotees, therefore, endeavors to apply everything in the service of the Lord, because he knows that everything is the property of the Lord and that no one can claim anything as one's own. So that is why anything when we see, it should be put in the service of the Lord. In Bhagavad Gita, that is why you see the Lord said, I am the taste in the water, I am the heat in the fire, I am the light in the light, all those things. Whenever we come across, so everywhere we have to see the Lord in that. And any items which we get in contact, we have to utilize in the service of the Lord only. So there are so many other things to support, but anyway, we'll stop here. It is 9 o'clock. If anybody have any questions, any comments, any add-ons, welcome to do it. Maybe it's something good opportunity to discuss. Maybe Prabhu can add something. Chintamani Prabhu, you will ask some question, add-ons. Very good.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Nice class, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, Krishna is the seed-giving father for all the seeds. We try to understand the whole material and its spiritual, but the seed itself, such a small thing, what it contains, a lot of things are there, and when it put into the soil, it takes its form. It's a big science to understand and know what is there inside the seed. But from our eyes, it looks like Panchabhuta, just some material. But it has so many things. I try to look at it, and sometimes I wonder what seed he has created. I mean, science, and we can only create some cars, toys, and all, but it cannot grow. We cannot put into the earth. How he has done this is so wonderful to look at.
Yeah, actually, that is how the thing. Actually, this is all our thinking. What is, we try to open and see what is there inside. But when the God gives, it has to work, means that will work. Whatever may be there inside, like the example always says, like, when Narada Muni is going, so one Brahmana comes, so he asks him, what is, when I will get liberation, can you, where are you going? He asks first. Yeah, I'm going to Vaikunta. Can you ask Narayana to when I will get my liberation? So, yeah, I will ask. Certainly I will ask. Then Narada keep going. So then one who is making, like footwear. So uske paas aata hai. So he will ask, can you, where are you going? So he will say thing, I'm going to Vaikunta. Can you inquire with Narayana whether people like us also get liberation? Are we also eligible for liberation? Yeah, sure. When he goes there and he asks him, like, so when he asks there, Narayana says, for that Brahmana, he has to wait quite some time. So, but this person will get liberation in this life itself. So Narada himself felt like, how he is like that, So that person is not getting, he's a Brahmana, so looks like an advanced Brahmana, and he is just ordinary person, how he will get. So then you will go and ask, you will understand how is that when he asked. Narayana said, I will give you one clue. You go and ask, tell them. You go on there, you meet them. Again, will ask what I am doing. Tell them I am trying to send the elephant through the eye of the needle. So tell them. So you see their reaction. From that you will understand. he comes and comes to the Brahmana, so saying, have you asked to Narayana when is I'm getting liberation? No, he said you have to wait quite some time. He said, how come I have to wait some time? Let me do the, what is it, some this puja, that puja. So he thinks like that. Then he will ask, what is that Narayana is doing? He's trying to send the elephant through the needle. What Narayana also does. But Krishna, in the beginning, he is trying to do all this playing with the children. So he's still naughty only there also, something like things like that. So he's not believe that, Narayana is able to send the. When he comes to ask this, person, he says, well, in the talking again, he says, you also can get liberation. But he asks, what is Narayana doing? He says, he will send the elephant to the eye of the needle. Then he says, then he start dancing. Oh, Narayana is doing wonderful things like that. Do you believe in that? Even Narada asks, why not? So this so much small seed, isn't the seed so much big tree is there? He is putting big tree in the small seed. Why can't he will send the elephant through the needle? So like that he said, it is possible with Krishna. Anything is possible. For him. For his devotees, what we hear is for his devotees, he's tried to do. Like when Prahlada said that to his father, Hiranyakashipu, when Hiranyakashipu said, where is your Narayana? Narayana is there everywhere. So he is there in this pillar. Yes, he is there in that pillar, he said. It's not that Narayana is sitting in that pillar, waiting for, someone to come and break that. I don't think he will sit. Because Prahlada, he said he is there. So he, when he broke that, this one, of course he didn't, he's trying to break. He can, I don't know whether he can able to break that. He's trying to break, Narasimha himself broke that, and came out, himself, So like that, which we have seen in Ahobelam, So like that, Prabhu actually, difficult to explain actually, because we are trying to see with the eyes of technical eyes actually. So our eyes, when our eyes becomes spiritual eyes, so probably you can see what is there inside, So I hope maybe that may be the answer, but maybe I am trying to say from my level of this realization or things which I learned from senior devotees. Maybe the next time any other seniors can able to give you better answer. Hare Krishna. Anything? Can you close that?
Krishna Prabhu. In the purport, Sri Prabhupada writes, the personalist with great sense of gratitude they worship the Lord. So we see in South India, like not widely seen, but we see sometimes like Vaishnavas themselves, they say actually Lord is impersonal. Just yesterday, one boy was coming and he was like, telling me that I saw Sri Vaishnava, he was speaking Advaita philosophy. So how to understand this?
Yeah, Prabhu. Yesterday I was thinking on this point, but I don't know. I hope it is. If this glass is there, if you show it someone say it is half empty. Someone say it is half filled, So there are two type of people always. So people who are, maybe negative thing, they will say it is empty. They will see the emptiness. Someone will say it is half filled, So that is enough for me to, quench my, thirst, Someone says it is a half filled. I don't want this one, So it's enough for me, So that is how, the devotees can start, Lord is there, He filled this water, So air also He only filled. But someone is feeling emptiness, someone is seeing. Someone is seeing the one of the thing which is filled. So different opinions again, So again, two different egos. So I think we can take the positive thing and can proceed to do the devotional service, So that is what I feel, Prabhu. Or maybe anyone wants to add something, Yeah, because we now we are trying to understand. Yeah, we understand. We came from Him. So we will show the gratitude. We will show the gratitude. So definitely, because we have, Prabhupada always mentions, when I have the body, like my father also have the body, so like his father have a body, his father. So he is a person. When I am person, when Lord is impersonal, then he is not complete, right? Completeness comes everything, Incomplete also will be there in the complete. But otherwise, if you stick to that impersonal, it is incomplete. It is not complete. So they are taking the incomplete thing as the complete. They are telling it is not that. We say devotees take completeness. Within that completeness, there is incomplete also. So you are sticking to the incompleteness. So I don't want to get into incomplete part. Why I have to be get connected to incomplete part? So I will connect to the complete part only. Once Prabhupada, someone asked question, Prabhupada, you people are worshipping so much, thinking that there is a God, etc. At the end, if you come to know there is no God, nothing else, so you wasted your time, no? So see how we are enjoying everything and all. Yeah. That is good point. So yeah. So when you at the end, when you come to know there is a God, so you have done all the bad things only. But so for us, still we have enjoyed in the spiritual path. What is that we are not enjoying? We are having a nice prasadam. Chappan Bhog is there. And we are living with the satisfaction of following the rules and regulations. We are getting satisfied. We are living up to with the character. And you are not there. So that way we are still, positive side. We come to know there is a God, then you have problem. Even if we think there is no God, but we are satisfied. So that is how Prabhupada gives answer. So I feel maybe that satisfies your point, Prabhu. Of course, you know everything already. Maybe opportunity to discuss here. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. गंधराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा, ऑल वैष्णव की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, हरे कृष्ण।